Welcome to Square One Module 3. In this module, I'm going to tell you what to eat and what not to eat. We'll start with the basics of anti-cancer nutrition, and then we'll get into the specific foods that you need to be eating every single day. So let's get started. First up, what not to eat. If you think about the way we're living now, we're eating a modern diet. We're eating a lot of man-made, processed foods that your body was never intended to eat. Now, your body is adaptive. That means you can put a whole lot of stuff in your body and it can use what you put in it to survive, but we've gotten really far away from eating a truly healthy diet. Our ancestors ate to survive, and now we mainly eat for pleasure. And there's a big difference between eating to live and living to eat. When you eat to live, you're eating in a deliberate way. The foods that you choose to eat, you're choosing because they're giving you maximum nutrition and benefit. In Western civilization, we've gotten away from eating to live and survive, and now we just live to eat. Our culture is obsessed with food. There are entire TV channels dedicated to food, and people are obsessed with every taste possibility and flavor creation and food experience they can conceive of. And if you have cancer, now is the time to get away from that kind of thinking, because every bite that you eat has the potential to promote health in your body or promote disease, depending on your choices. Anything that's man-made or processed is off the table. If you pick up any package of food and you read the ingredients, there's going to be a long list of things you've never heard of. Artificial additives, preservatives, flavors, and colors that your body was never meant to ingest. It was never meant to ingest an isolated chemical compound. It was meant to ingest whole foods from the earth. So we've got to cut out all man-made food and restaurant food. Restaurant food is loaded with sugar, salt, preservatives, and oils, and it's going to be very difficult to find anything healthy eating out. So for now, you need to eat at home. I know some of you are starting to get depressed and you're thinking, my life is over. Your life is not over, it's just beginning, and this is not forever. It's just for now. Just remember that. Not forever, just for now. In order to heal cancer, you need to make radical changes to your diet and lifestyle now, and you need to be prepared to maintain this lifestyle for the rest of your life. But there will be a point in time, once you're a few years down the road, when you've gotten your health back, that of course you can go out and enjoy what I call recreational food. But for now, no exceptions, because making exceptions can become a slippery slope. 100% is easy. 99% is hard. Here are the foods you want to stay away from. Obviously, white sugar. White sugar promotes cancer growth and causes a host of problems in the body. It spikes your insulin to very high, unhealthy, unnatural levels. And so any candy, any junk food, anything with white sugar in it has to go. White flour is wheat flour that is refined and bleached, and they strip out all of the nutrition until it's almost valueless. And then they add a few vitamins and minerals back to it. So white flour is out. Anything processed, anything man-made, anything artificial, that's the majority of food that comes in a can, bottle, box, or bag. That stuff is off limits. That's the food that's promoting disease. There's only one part of the grocery store you need to shop in. That's the produce section. The food that you want to be eating now is fruits and vegetables. Food from the earth in its whole form. We don't want to eat meat or dairy. We're also going to eliminate most grains. We're going to eliminate meat, wheat, sweets, and anything that comes from a teat. The first three I got from Dr. Kelly Turner, perfect rhyme, and I had to add anything from a teat because, of course, it rhymes. Of course, I'm talking about dairy products. When I say meat, I'm talking about all animal food. Beef, chicken, pork, fish, shrimp, anything that comes from an animal. So let's talk about why you don't want to eat meat or dairy. I'll start with the study. In 2005, Dr. Dean Ornish took a group of early-stage prostate cancer patients and put them on a diet and lifestyle program that included a low-fat, plant-based diet walking 30 minutes a day, and an hour per day of stress management like yoga, stretching, breathing, and relaxation. After 1 year, their blood had 8 times the cancer-stopping power as patients eating the standard Western diet. Their blood slowed down the growth of prostate cancer cells by 70% versus Western diet blood, which only slowed it down about 9%. And they all had lower PSA counts, which indicates that they were reversing the progression of early stage prostate cancer with a naturally low-fat, plant-based diet, exercise, and stress management. In 2006, some of the same researchers conducted a similar study on breast cancer cells. They took blood from overweight postmenopausal women eating a Western diet, and they dripped their blood on 3 different types of breast cancer cells. At the beginning of the study, the blood of the women eating a standard American diet suppressed the growth of breast cancer cells a little bit, which is normal. Then they put these women on a low-fat, plant-based diet, and they had them take an exercise class every day. 12 days later, they took more blood from the same women, dripped it on the breast cancer cells again, and the women's blood stopped the cancer growth between 6 and 18% and increased apoptosis, which is cancer cell death, between 20 and 30%. This was after only 12 days on a plant-based diet. 12 days! Isn't that amazing? So, how do meat and dairy promote cancer? One way is by raising insulin-like growth factor 1. IGF-1 is a growth hormone produced by your liver when you eat animal protein, and it's linked to cancer growth. When you stop eating animal products, your blood levels of IGF-1 drop significantly. IGF-1 promotes cancer growth, so you want to remove as much of it from your body as possible. The second connection between animal products and cancer is an amino acid called methionine. Cancers of the colon, breast, ovaries, melanoma, leukemia, and many more all require methionine to survive. Without methionine, they die. This discovery was made in, wait for it, 1974. The highest sources of methionine are found in animal foods. Beans are the highest source in the plant kingdom, but milk, eggs, and red meat all have about twice as much methionine as beans. Chicken and fish have 5 to 7 times more methionine than beans. Vegetables, nuts, and grains are extremely low, with less than half the methionine of beans. And fruit has basically 0 methionine. So animal food has high levels of methionine and raises IGF-1 in your body. Those 2 factors are part of the cancer equation. Dairy has over 60 different hormones in it. The purpose of cow's milk is to grow a baby calf from a 65-pound newborn to over 500 pounds in a matter of months. It's baby cow growth formula. You don't want to put a baby cow's growth formula into your body. It's not doing your body good. It's promoting weight gain and cancer growth. Cut out the milk, cheese, butter, yogurt, all dairy. My anti-cancer diet had 2 major objectives. First, eliminate all food that might be a burden to my body and promote cancer. That's processed man-made food and animal food. The second objective was to overdose on nutrient-dense food from the earth that would support my body's ability to repair, regenerate, and detoxify. I wanted to saturate my cells with vitamins, minerals, enzymes, antioxidants, and the thousands of phytonutrients and anti-cancer compounds in plant food. Less than 1/3 of Americans eat 2 servings of fruit and 3 servings of vegetables per day. That was me before cancer. I went from eating 1, maybe 2 servings of fruits and vegetables on a good day to eating between 15 to 20 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. In Module 1, I talked about taking massive action. That's what massive action looks like. Imagine how much your internal terrain would change if you went from eating 1 to 2 servings of fruits and vegetables per day to 15 to 20 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. The first way I did this was through juicing. But in order to understand juicing, you have to think about what happens when you eat. When you eat food, you juice it in your mouth. Your teeth are grinding it up and you're changing it from a solid to a liquid. Then, once it's liquefied, you swallow it. Digestion begins in your mouth, and your saliva contains enzymes that begin to break food down as you chew it. So let's say you eat an apple. You chew it up and swallow it. The liquefied part of the apple, the juice, passes through your intestinal wall and into your bloodstream and circulates throughout your body and feeds your cells. The larger particles that cannot pass through, like insoluble fiber, move through your digestive system and go out the back door. The better you chew, the more nutrients you absorb. Juicing releases about 90% of the nutrients in food, which is about 3 times better than you can do with your teeth. So juicing is an easy way to extract massive amounts of nutrition without having to sit down and chew through 20 pounds of produce every day. I made 64 ounces of vegetable juice first thing every morning, and I drank it throughout the day. That's 8 8-ounce servings. I made it all in one batch because I didn't have the luxury of running my juicer 8 times a day. So I had to figure out a way that I could make this radical diet change work for me. Some people may tell you you have to drink the juice immediately after juicing, but you don't. Juice will stay fresh in the fridge for a couple days. Just make a big batch every morning and drink it throughout the day. Juicing is especially helpful for late-stage cancer patients because they typically have very low energy. Juice is easily absorbed. You don't even have to use any energy to chew. It goes straight into your bloodstream and it's bringing vitamins, minerals, enzymes, phytonutrients, and energy straight to your cells. It's immediate, clean burning energy. My basic juice formula in 2004 was carrot, celery, beet, and ginger root. Carrots are high in vitamin A, alpha-carotene, and beta-carotene. 1 8-ounce cup of raw carrot juice has over 45,000 international units of vitamin A. Vitamin A is good for your liver. It promotes liver detoxification. But I don't recommend vitamin A in supplement form. They've actually done studies where they gave vitamin A to cancer patients and they got worse. So you want it to come from a whole food like a carrot. Carrots are also rich in vitamin B6, vitamin E, vitamin K, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, flavonoids, carotenoids, lycopene, and lutein. This is all in carrots. And all of these nutrients work together synergistically to feed your cells, inhibit the growth of many different cancers, and stimulate your immune system. Also, carotenoids and vitamin A have a strong ability to protect you from cancers caused by viruses, chemicals, and radiation. One of the most powerful anti-cancer compounds in carrots may be falcarinol. Falcarinol has antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, immune-boosting, and anti-cancer properties, specifically against leukemia and colon cancer. Falcarinol is also found in celery, parsnips, parsley, coriander, cilantro, and ginseng. Beets are high in antioxidants. Like carrots, they're also rich in carotenoids, lycopene, and vitamin A, but beets have a special phytonutrient called proanthocyanidin, which gives them their red color. And they contain betaine, which is an anti-inflammatory. Beets are a good source of vitamin C, folate, manganese, and potassium. They can lower your blood pressure and improve athletic performance. Beets are fantastic, so don't be afraid of carrots and beets because someone told you they're too sweet. These are potent anti-cancer foods. You want them in your body. Celery contains falcarinol, vitamins A, C, and K, as well as minerals like potassium, calcium, and magnesium, and some noteworthy anti-cancer flavonoids, apigenin and luteolin, which help block angiogenesis. That's the process by which tumors form new blood vessels. Research from Ohio State demonstrated that apigenin could stop breast cancer cells from inhibiting their own death. In other words, apigenin makes breast cancer cells mortal again, and then they die like a normal cell. Apigenin is an aromatase inhibitor. Aromatase is an enzyme that helps produce estrogen, which can promote the growth of certain types of cancers. There's even a class of chemotherapy drugs that are aromatase inhibitors, like aromasin. Apigenin also activates a tumor suppressor gene called p53 and makes cancer cells more sensitive to chemotherapy. So for patients taking chemo, celery and other foods with apigenin could help the chemo kill more cancer cells. Make sure you buy organic celery. Conventional celery is heavily sprayed with pesticides. Now let's talk a little bit more about sugar and cancer. Cancer does feed on sugar, that's true, but every cell in your body feeds on sugar. You need sugar. The natural sugars in fruits and vegetables are good for you. It's the isolated, refined white sugar and corn syrup that are toxic, unnatural, and unhealthy. Carrots and beets contain all of these powerful anti-cancer nutrients that I've just described to you, and the benefit of those nutrients far outweighs any potential negative related to their sugar content. I don't believe there's any negative to it. Carrot and beet juice are also staples in two of the most legendary anti-cancer nutritional protocols developed by Dr. Max Gerson and Dr. Rudolph Bruce. So don't worry about the sugar content in beets and carrots. You didn't get cancer from eating too many beets and carrots. If you're drinking juice, it does need to be juiced fresh. So don't buy store-bought bottled juice because it's often pasteurized, and who knows how old it is. I didn't do it, and I don't recommend you do it either. Make sure you are buying organic produce. That's really important because commercial produce has traces of pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, and chemical fertilizers. Those are all toxic, and we're trying to reduce our toxic load. You don't want that stuff in your body. So buy organic produce if you can find it and you can afford it. If you can't find it or afford it, don't be paralyzed. Just buy conventional, it's okay. Eating conventionally grown fruits and vegetables is still better than not eating them at all. The benefits outweigh the risks. The next juice ingredient is ginger. Ginger is a powerful antioxidant. It's anti-inflammatory, and it's been demonstrated to shrink tumors and block the formation of tumor blood vessels. Ginger is a cousin of turmeric, which is another incredible anti-cancer food and great to add to your juices. If you don't like the taste of ginger, drink it anyway. But go easy on the ginger at first, because if you put too much in there, it's going to be harder to drink. Here's the square one juice formula. 3 to 5 carrots, 1 to 2 stalks of celery, half a beetroot, 1 to 2 beet greens, a slice of ginger root, as much turmeric root as you can stand, a quarter of a lemon or a lime unpeeled, half a green apple, and a clove of garlic. I didn't juice leafy green vegetables because you can't get much juice out of them. So I prefer to eat leafy green vegetables whole or blend them up in a smoothie. That way you get the whole thing. I always felt like I was wasting a lot trying to juice leafy greens, so I stopped doing it. Now, the Gerson therapy does involve juicing leafy green vegetables, and some juicers do better with them than others. For example, the Norwalk juicer will juice them well, and the Omega juicer works pretty well too. I use a $300 Champion juicer, which I love. It's fantastic for carrots and apples and beets and stuff like that, but it's not that great for leafy greens. The Norwalk juicer is considered to be the best of the best. It's a 2-step juicer with a grinder and a press, but it's expensive. If you want to get the maximum amount of juice out of your produce without spending $2,500 on a Norwalk juicer, you can use a Champion juicer as a grinder to grind everything into a pulp, and then you put the pulp in a Samson juice press and squeeze the juice out. These are both available on Amazon. The Champion plus a juice press has actually been shown to produce more juice than the Norwalk, about 2 ounces more per pound of carrots. And it's only about $700 instead of $2,500. But full disclosure, I did not do the 2-step juice process because I didn't know about it in 2004. I just used my Champion juicer. Here's my daily juice routine. Every morning I would get up and I would make 64 ounces of carrot juice. It took about an hour to make all the juice and clean the juicer. So you have to make this a priority. You've got to make time for it. You just have to get up earlier and get this done. Then you take the juice and store it in mason jars to keep it fresh in small servings. So just fill it all the way to the top, put the lid on, and put it in the fridge, or take them with you in a cooler to work or wherever you're going. And then you drink a juice about every hour or so. That way you're dosing throughout the day. Think about this like medicinal food. Every hour or so, you drink a juice. It's really simple. On the Gerson therapy, they drink 13 juices per day. I only did 8. One thing you need to be prepared for is if you drink a lot of carrot juice, you're going to turn orange. Really orange. My skin, head to toe, was orange. If you consume too much beta carotene, more than you can use, your body will store it in your skin. This is actually called carotenemia, and it will go away once you cut back on the carrots or beets. It's not a big deal. Even babies get it. Jaundice will turn your eyes yellow. So yellow eyes means you have a sick liver. Your eyes will not turn yellow from drinking too much carrot juice, only your skin. A few other good juicer brands are Breville, Omega, and Green Star. Those are all in the $300 to $450 range. I don't think it's necessary to spend more than $450 on a juicer, but again, if you want to add a juice press, you'll spend around $700. And you get as much juice or more as a $2,500 Norwalk juicer. As far as cheap juicers go, Consumer Reports' highest rated $100 juicer is the Juiceman JM8000S. By the way, you can also find used juicers on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, and at yard sales. So don't let your circumstances stop you. There's a lot of ways you can get your hands on a juicer. Ask your friends on Facebook if they have a juicer you can borrow. Chances are someone you know has a juicer that's collecting dust in a kitchen cabinet or in their attic. So just let people know what you need and they will help you. Now I want to go over some more juice formulas. The 2 Gerson juice formulas and the Bruce juice formula. First is the Gerson carrot apple juice, which is equal parts carrot and green apple. So 3 large carrots equals about 1 apple. That's the Gerson carrot apple juice. Very simple. Here's the Gerson green juice formula. 1/4 to half a head of red, green, or romaine lettuce. 2 to 3 leaves of escarole. 2 to 3 leaves of beet greens. 5 to 6 leaves of watercress. 2 to 3 leaves of red cabbage. 1/4 of a green bell pepper. 1 to 3 leaves of Swiss chard, and 1 Granny Smith apple. Now, Gerson recommends that you core the apples. I personally don't core them. I like to include the seeds. The Bruce juice formula is 1 beet, 1 carrot, 1 celery stalk, half a potato, and 1 radish. Okay, I've just given you 4 juice formulas. My juice blend, the Gerson carrot apple, Gerson green juice, and Bruce juice. Just alternate. They're all wonderful. And you can even experiment with your own juice blends. Also, straight carrot juice is fantastic. Some days that was all I drank. I know several people who have healed cancer with just carrot juice. There's several interviews on chrisbeatcancer.com. If you haven't seen them, you can do a search in the search bar for carrot juice. And you'll find an interview with my friend Ann Cameron, who cured her stage 4 cancer with carrot juice alone. Nothing else. Didn't change her diet, no supplements, just drank 40 ounces of carrot juice a day. My other friend Ralph Cole did the same thing. So I'm not saying carrot juice alone will cure your cancer. I have no idea, but there are some remarkable testimonials out there that demonstrate the anti-cancer potential of carrot juice. But don't think drinking 1 juice a day is going to help. That's not enough. You need to overload on vegetable juice. Drink tons of it. If you're broker than broke and can't afford to do anything else, at the absolute least, drink 40 ounces of organic carrot juice per day. The next component of my anti-cancer diet was the giant cancer-fighting salad. I ate this every day for lunch and dinner. The point is to keep it very simple. You need a simple strategy here. You don't need to be worrying about what you're going to eat. So we're going to eat the same thing every day. Drink lots of juice and eat the giant salad every day. It's very simple. There are a few other things you can eat too, which I'll get into in the next module, but first let's talk about the giant salad. Before I explain what's in it, I want to tell you about a couple studies. In January 2009, there was a study published in the journal Food Chemistry that compared the anti-cancer effects of 34 different vegetable extracts on 8 different tumor cell lines. Basically, the researchers took 34 different vegetables, juiced them, and then dripped the juice on different cancer cells to see what would happen. And some of these vegetable juices had strong anti-cancer effects. The most powerful anti-cancer vegetable in this study was garlic. Garlic stopped cancer growth completely in all the tumor cell lines that they tested, which included breast cancer, brain cancer, lung cancer, pancreatic cancer, prostate cancer, childhood brain cancer, and stomach cancer. The number 2 anti-cancer vegetable in this study was leeks. No surprise there, garlic and leeks are in the same vegetable family, the allium family. The top 10 anti-cancer vegetables in this study were mostly from 2 families, the allium family, which is garlic, onions, and leeks, and the cruciferous family, which includes broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, wasabi, and more. 2 other potent anti-cancer vegetables not in either of those families were spinach and beetroot. So doesn't it make sense to eat all of those vegetables every day? I adopted a 100% raw organic diet in the beginning. This is what I did, and this is what I recommend most people do right in the beginning. So I got a couple cookbooks and I was looking at recipes, and what I realized right away was that a lot of these raw food recipes require a lot of food preparation time, and a lot of the recipes only involved a handful of ingredients. But I had a long list of vegetables that I wanted to be eating every day. Now, I didn't have this 2009 study that I just talked about because this was 2004, but I still wanted to eat all of these vegetables every day, so my default lunch and dinner was the giant salad. So I basically just said, forget it with the recipe books, and decided to eat the same thing every day. I knew I had to keep it simple or it wouldn't be sustainable. Another interesting thing from the study is that the most commonly consumed vegetables in Western countries have very little anti-cancer effects. So the most commonly consumed vegetable would be the potato. I'm not against potatoes. It's a healthy food for sure. You can survive on potatoes alone for a year or more, but they don't directly kill cancer cells. It's garlic, onions, leeks, and the cruciferous veggies that are the most potent anti-cancer vegetables. And they account for less than 1% of the Western diet. Think about it. Your diet before cancer was like 1% anti-cancer. And now we're taking it to 100% anti-cancer. A couple of honorable mentions in the study: asparagus, green beans, radishes, and even rutabaga are also very potent anti-cancer foods. To this day, I have no idea what rutabaga tastes like. So let's talk about the ingredients to the salad. First, you get a big bowl, and then you start with some leafy greens. So maybe a little bit of kale or spinach, Swiss chard, watercress, arugula, and then add broccoli or broccoli sprouts, cauliflower, purple cabbage, a slice of red onion, red, yellow, or green pepper. Then you could add a few nuts in there like almonds and walnuts, then some sprouted lentils or beans like garbanzo or mung beans. Some days I would also put avocado in the salad as well. This is a giant salad and it will fill you up. And it does take some time to eat it because there's a lot of chewing, but it's amazing. You will learn to love this salad. If you're not a salad person, when you first eat it, maybe you won't be crazy about it if you just don't like vegetables, but your tastes will change in a week or two, and then you will start to crave it. You will love this salad. Now, a little bit about beans and sprouting. Beans have some significant anti-cancer compounds. One of them is IP6, and sprouting unlocks enzymes and more nutrition in beans. So sprouting is wonderful. Beans are still healthy unsprouted, but sprouting is really easy. All you need is a mason jar and some seeds. Just Google it. One of the most potent anti-cancer foods is broccoli, but broccoli sprouts are super duper potent, way more than mature broccoli. Studies have shown that just one serving of cruciferous vegetables per day could cut the risk of breast and prostate cancer in half. That's just one serving, and we're talking about way more than one serving per day. Here's a quick anatomy lesson. The first line of defense of your immune system are immune cells in your intestines called intraepithelial lymphocytes. These cells are covered in aryl hydrocarbon receptors. Broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables have an anti-cancer compound called indole-3 carbinol, which activates the aryl hydrocarbon receptors on your intraepithelial lymphocytes. That means they supercharge your intestinal immune cells. Bottom line, indole-3 carbinol is an immune-boosting compound in cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous veggies also contain a compound called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is a sulfur-based compound that is the most potent phase 2 liver detoxifier known, and it's created by a chemical reaction that happens when you chew broccoli. Broccoli sprouts contain roughly 25 times more sulforaphane and about 100 times more indole-3 carbinol than mature broccoli. So broccoli sprouts are truly an amazing detoxifier and anti-cancer superfood. Most grocery stores have broccoli sprouts right next to the alfalfa sprouts in the produce section. And you can buy broccoli seeds at most health food stores or on Amazon and sprout your own broccoli sprouts. Because sulforaphane is so potent in broccoli sprouts, it's recommended that you not eat more than 4 cups a day. Another ingredient on my salad is mushrooms. Mushrooms are a powerful, immune-boosting, health-promoting food, and daily intake of mushrooms can have significant anti-cancer effects in your body, especially for breast cancer. Estrogen-positive breast cancers need estrogen to grow, so of course you want to eliminate estrogen from your body. Not eating animals is one way to do that, and losing excess body fat is another. But breast cancer tumors can also synthesize their own estrogen by converting testosterone to estrogen with an enzyme called aromatase. Earlier in this talk, I mentioned that apigenin in celery is an aromatase inhibitor, but white button mushrooms have been shown to suppress aromatase by 60%, better than any other vegetable or mushroom tested. Mushrooms also boost immune function and reduce inflammation. Eating 1 cup of cooked white button mushrooms per day has been shown to accelerate the secretion of immune system antibodies in your saliva called immunoglobulin A by 50%. That's good. You want that. American women have a breast cancer rate that's 6 times higher than Asian women. And there are 2 major dietary factors that contribute to these lower breast cancer rates in Asia. One is green tea and the other is mushrooms. In 2009, researchers found that Chinese women who ate an average of 15 mushrooms a month, that's half a mushroom a day, along with drinking 15 cups of green tea a month, half a cup of green tea a day, had a 90% reduced risk of developing breast cancer when compared to Chinese women who didn't consume green tea or mushrooms regularly. Green tea and mushrooms are 2 easy things to implement into your diet. I ate raw mushrooms every day on my giant salads, but there are some recent studies that found it might be better to eat them cooked instead of raw because cooking destroys a toxin sometimes found in raw mushrooms called agaritine. The next step with a giant salad is to top it off with a naturally fermented food. Fermented foods contain beneficial bacteria that are good for your digestive system, so I put sauerkraut on my salad. Traditional sauerkraut is 3 ingredients. It's cabbage, which is an anti-cancer food, water, and salt. Bubby's is my favorite brand, but you can also make your own. Just Google how to make sauerkraut. An alternative to sauerkraut is kimchi, which is a spicy Korean version of sauerkraut with cabbage, onions, garlic, and pepper. Another fermented food I put on my salad was apple cider vinegar as part of my oil and vinegar salad dressing. There are numerous health claims that apple cider vinegar is a miracle food and good for all sorts of ailments. I don't know how much of that is true, but I do know it's a great source of probiotics, potassium, and enzymes, and it tastes delicious. For For the oil, I would use Bragg Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil or a little flax oil. Barlean's is the best brand of flax oil. Lemon juice is a great substitute if you don't like apple cider vinegar, but I love it. You can use apple cider vinegar or lemon juice or both. Now, late-stage cancer patients may have difficulty metabolizing fat and may do better without the oil. There's some debate on oils, whether or not they're actually healthy, but I did have oil on my salad every day, and it may have helped by giving me some extra calories, and a little bit of oil can also increase the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients in vegetables. But knowing what I know now, I would not use as much, maybe a tablespoon. Patients on the Gerson therapy are only allowed to have flax oil, but there's an anti-cancer compound in olives and olive oil called oleocanthal. So that makes me feel a little bit better about olive oil. Next, I top the salad with these anti-cancer spices: oregano, garlic powder, turmeric or curry powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper, and Bragg Organic Sprinkle, which is a blend of 24 different herbs and spices. So all of those spices plus the apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, and a little bit of olive or flax oil makes an amazing, super nutritious, and delicious salad dressing. Like I said, I ate the giant cancer-fighting salad every day for lunch and dinner. Eating the same thing every day sounds boring, I know, but I found that I really started loving it, and that's all I wanted to eat. It made me feel good, and it kept my life very simple. And that's what you need right now. You need as simple a strategy as possible. What we're doing is we're putting as much potent anti-cancer nutrition in your body as possible every single day. We're overdosing on nutrition. We're giving your body all the ammunition and firepower that it needs to fight cancer and to repair, regenerate, and detoxify. Like I said in another module, you're building a new body with every bite you take. You're putting the highest quality raw materials into your body that it's going to use to rebuild. Here's an alternate method to consuming the salad. I call it the blended salad or the salad smoothie. So for cancer patients that have a hard time chewing, or if you're on a liquid diet, you can take all of the ingredients of this salad and dump them in a blender and then add enough water to blend it into a liquid and completely liquefy it and make it easy to drink. This is also a great way to take it on the go, or if you're just tired of all the chewing. You just liquefy it and drink the thing. Now, it's going to taste kind of weird. If you put a lot of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar in it, then it will definitely have more flavor. But when you blend a lot of vegetables together, it's just going to taste kind of like a weird, bland soup. But that's fine. You're not drinking it for the taste. Even if you have to hold your nose to get it into your body, just do it. There are way worse things in the world than this. You can also take the blended salad, transfer it to the stove, warm it up, and then eat it like soup. So if you're craving something warm, just warm it up. You can also fully cook it if you have a hard time digesting raw vegetables in the beginning. If eating a giant salad causes gas and bloating, this could mean you have SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. If you have an overgrowth of bad bacteria, when you start eating high fiber food, like raw fruits and vegetables, there's a reaction that happens because you don't have the right bacteria in your gut to digest it. So your body's kind of like what's happening? The bacteria in your gut is determined by what you eat. So if you eat a lot of meat and dairy, you're going to have a very different bacterial composition in your gut than if you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Your gut could also be affected by treatment. Antibiotics and chemotherapy drugs can destroy the population of healthy gut bacteria and damage the lining of your gut. But the good news is your gut will heal quickly, and within just a few weeks of eating a plant-based diet, your gut bacteria will change dramatically and your digestion will improve, and you shouldn't have any problems, assuming you don't have any permanent damage from treatment. But in the beginning, you may have some excess gas or bloating or cramping. Gas is not a problem. People around you might not appreciate it, but don't worry about it. If you're getting painful cramping, then you should liquefy the salad and cook it like soup. Cooking breaks food down and makes it easier to digest and absorb than when it's raw, especially vegetables. And don't worry that cooking is destroying the nutrition. It isn't. Also, taking a digestive enzyme or a hydrochloric acid supplement with the salad might help with digestion as well. Okay, so there's 3 ways you can get all of these cancer-fighting veggies into your body. The giant cancer-fighting salad, the salad smoothie blended up in the blender, or the blended and cooked soup version of the salad. All of those options are great. Just get these vegetables into your body every day. Now let's talk about those spices, because you do not want to leave these out. Turmeric is one of the most potent anti-cancer spices, like ginger. There are hundreds of studies on the anti-cancer compounds and effects of turmeric, and curcumin is one of these anti-cancer compounds in turmeric. Curcumin has been shown to inhibit the growth of bone cancer, breast cancer, brain cancer, colon cancer, liver cancer, pancreatic cancer, stomach cancer, bladder cancer, kidney cancer, prostate cancer, leukemia, ovarian cancer, melanoma, and more. Curcumin is an awesome anti-cancer compound. It has the ability to block every stage of cancer development, from cell mutation, which is like the beginning of cancer, to tumor growth, to metastasis. It directly kills many different types of cancer cells, and it does not hurt your healthy cells. For years, the pharmaceutical industry has been interested in making a drug out of curcumin, but they have not been able to, because every time they change it on a molecular level in order to create something new that they can patent, it doesn't work. Most people in the cancer research industry know how powerful curcumin is, and yet most cancer doctors are still not recommending it, and that's a shame. Curry powder is a common spice in Indian and Asian cuisine, and it's typically a mixture of turmeric, coriander, cumin, and other spices like fenugreek, black pepper, and red pepper. I put turmeric or curry powder on everything. I put it on my salads, on cooked veggies. I also put a tablespoon of organic turmeric powder in a fruit smoothie every day. Black pepper enhances the absorption of turmeric by as much as 2,000% in your body. So add a little black pepper to turmeric when you're putting it on something you're eating. Turmeric is great on any type of vegetable dish, whether it's potatoes, beans, rice, salad. I put oregano on my salad because it's a potent antioxidant and antimicrobial. 1 teaspoon of oregano has the same antioxidant level as 2 cups of red grapes, and it has the flavonoid quercetin, which is an anti-cancer compound found in apples and onions. Oregano is also a good source of vitamin K and iron. Garlic is on the salad because it's one of the most potent anti-cancer foods. Garlic and turmeric together are incredible. The World Health Organization recommends that adults eat a clove of garlic every day. I recommend at least 3 cloves of garlic a day if you're trying to get well. Just take a whole garlic clove, crush it in a garlic press, or chop it into little bits and swallow it with a swig of water or juice 3 times a day. It's simple. You can also add it to your juices. It's in my juice formula. And black garlic is now thought to be even more potent than regular garlic. So check out black garlic. Now, you know what happens when you eat a lot of garlic. You are gonna reek. You're gonna smell like an Italian restaurant, and you're just gonna have to apologize in advance to the people around you and say, "Hey everybody, I'm eating a lot of garlic right now because it's part of my anti-cancer diet, and I smell kind of crazy, so brace yourself." The final spice on the salad is cayenne pepper. Hot peppers contain an anti-cancer compound called capsaicin. That's what makes them hot. Capsaicin tells cancer cells to die. So hot spicy food is awesome against cancer. The hotter the better. And cayenne adds a delicious spicy kick to the salad. If you don't like spicy food, I want to encourage you to start spicing up your food. You will learn to love it. India has much lower rates of many types of cancer, and they eat a ton of spices like garlic, turmeric, and hot peppers, and their diet is largely vegetarian. Coincidence? I think not. Recently, I discovered the special anti-cancer effects of another spice common to Indian cuisine and often in curry powder, and that's cumin. Years ago, one of the oncologists I saw recommended that I take a baby aspirin every day because according to some studies, Patients taking a baby aspirin every day had lower rates of death from certain types of cancer like colon cancer. Now, I didn't take his advice because taking a baby aspirin every day also comes with risks like intestinal bleeding. Taking a baby aspirin daily is unnecessary if you get the diet right. Get this, the cancer death rate in Japan in the 1950s was lower than all of the studies of people taking a daily aspirin, between 3 and 10 times lower depending on the type of cancer. The Japanese weren't taking an aspirin every day, they were simply eating a plant-based diet. There's a long list of fruits, vegetables, and spices that are naturally rich in salicylic acid, which is the anti-cancer compound in aspirin. And the highest of all may be cumin. 1 teaspoon of cumin is the equivalent of a baby aspirin. Like I said, cumin is an ingredient in curry powder, and I think it's a good idea to try to get a teaspoon of cumin every day into your body. One more tip. To avoid contamination from lead and other pollutants, make sure your spices are all organic. That concludes part 1 of the anti-cancer diet. In part 2, I'm going to cover the most potent anti-cancer fruits, my fruit smoothie recipe, my daily anti-cancer routine. We're going to talk about whether or not you should ever eat animal protein and modifications you can make to the diet over time depending on your specific needs. I'll also talk about the ketogenic diet and more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
A year and a half ago, January 23rd of 2017, I was diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma stage 2 when I had my tonsils removed and one of them had a tumor. Well, I was really scared, my wife and son were scared, and I felt like I was punched in the stomach. I did a ton of research, and that's how I found Chris Beat Cancer. So I subscribed to the Square One program. And what a blessing that was. So much research and information already compiled by Chris through his own journey made available through this program. I was extremely excited to take it all in and implement it in my own fight. I completely changed my diet to vegan whole foods. I opted out of conventional treatment after that, no chemo, no radiation, and I'm still eating 100% vegan. I'm drinking more water, I'm sleeping more, I exercise every day, I'm also sweating every day, I feel really strong, healthy, and energetic. My environment is relatively clean of toxins. I have the love and support of my family. My psoriasis has all but disappeared, and to me that was a big indicator of how my immune function was. I'm spiritually in a great place. I feel my prayers are being answered. I'm so blessed that what could have been a horrible situation was in fact an answered prayer. All in all, I feel great and in charge of what's going on in my fight against cancer. Chris Wark and the Square One program have had a life-changing impact on my personal cancer journey. Because of Chris and his program, I've been inspired, I've been guided, and I've been supported. And I just have to say a huge thank you to Chris and the Square One program.
Hey, it's Chris again. Thank you so much for watching Square One. My goal is to give you hope, clarity, and confidence, and to help you understand that your choices matter and that you have the power to affect your future. Square One is a simple step-by-step action plan to help you increase your odds of survival and healing, or decrease your odds of ever getting cancer in the first place. I created this course to serve you. That's why I'm putting all 10 videos online for free for 10 days. Square One is different than other programs because people aren't just watching it one time. They're going through it over and over and over again. This information is valuable, and there's a lot to implement, right? Owning Square One gives you the freedom to go through it multiple times at your own pace and incorporate these principles into your life. And it gives you the freedom to share it with the people that you care about. There's a lot more to the Square One program than just the video modules. We have an amazing support community, and I'd like to take a minute to talk about everything you get if you purchase the program and join our community. Is that okay? All right, so you get all 10 video modules, the equivalent of 10 hours of one-on-one coaching with me that you can access anytime online or on DVD. You also get the Square One transcripts book. Everything that's covered in the videos is in the transcripts book. It has a references section and a comprehensive A to Z index in the back that you can use to quickly look up any topic that I cover in the course, like turmeric, frankincense, broccoli, or breast cancer. You get the idea, right? You also get the Square One guidebook. The guidebook includes the daily schedule, which gives you a simple healing routine to follow. The guidebook also contains the Square One recipe guide, the supplement guide, and the healthy home guide, which will help you replace all of the toxic cleaning products and personal care products with non-toxic brands. The guidebook also includes the testing and monitoring guide and my cancer clinic Rolodex. This is a list of practitioners and clinics that I have confidence in. If you or someone you know ever decides to go to a clinic, this will be a great resource for you. You also get the Square One audiobook, so you can listen to this program anywhere you are. In addition to all that, you're going to get 7 bonuses. Bonus number 1 is you get access to the private Q&As that I do for Square One members every month for the next 6 months. So every month I get on a live video call with members of the Square One community and I answer as many of your questions as I can in 2 hours. It's really fun and everyone always has a great time. Bonus number 2 is the Cancer Answers ebook. This book contains answers to the most commonly asked questions that I've gotten from Square One members over the years. The third bonus, and the best part about Square One, is access to our private online support group, which is full of amazing people who have healed or are in the process of healing cancer holistically. Nearly every week, people are sharing testimonials of healing. Blood work is improving. Tumors are shrinking or disappearing. Scans are coming back clear. It's amazing. When I was diagnosed with cancer, there were no holistic cancer support groups where I live or on the internet. I had to go through this thing all alone back in 2004. But in the Square One support group, you will get so much love, encouragement, inspiration, and resources. And lifetime access to our support group is included when you buy the program and become a part of the Square One community today. On top of all that, you'll also get access to my kitchen masterclass, my Dinners with Chris series, and my water fasting masterclass, all for free. Okay, the last bonus I'm going to give you is a digital buddy pass. I hope you've been taking notes on all these bonuses. The digital buddy pass allows you to give online access to the Square One program to someone you care about, to another cancer patient or a family member or friend, and they'll have lifetime online access to the entire program just like you. So it's 2 for the price of 1. Okay, so those are the 7 bonuses worth over $600 that are included when you get started right now. Now, I should mention that there are 3 different options to owning Square One. There's a digital package, which gives you lifetime access to the program in our online membership site. There's a physical package, which gives you all the videos on DVD, printed copies of the transcripts book and guidebook, and the downloadable audiobook. And then there's the combo, which is the most popular package, and it includes everything. Online access to Square One in our membership site, plus we ship you the DVDs and the guidebooks. Okay, so those are your 3 options. Right now, during the 10-day free screening, the Square One program is 50% off. But after the free screening ends, the 50% discount goes away and the price goes back up. So if you want to own the Square One program forever, now's the best time to get it before the price goes back up. The last thing I have to mention is the guarantee. Square One comes with a 6-month, 100% satisfaction guarantee. If any time in the next 6 months you decide Square One isn't for you, just let me know and I'll give you a full refund minus shipping. I know how expensive cancer can get, and there's a lot of stuff you need to spend money on, healthy food, supplements, treatments, and all kinds of stuff. And I don't want you to have any concerns that the Square One program won't help you or that you can't do it. And 6 months gives you plenty of time to go through the course multiple times, to get in our support group, to get on the live Q&A calls, and really immerse yourself in this life-changing process. So you have no financial risk whatsoever. Okay, so you get a 50% discount right now and a 6-month money-back guarantee, but the discount ends when the free screening ends. Just click the button below this video to jump on it now before the price goes back up. If you need any help, just click the chat button on the bottom right or the link at the bottom of this page. I've got an amazing team of support angels ready to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next module.